we in tune here? Does this match up with that there keyboard? As it do, if you don't know. Thank you so much for coming out here. This is obviously a big night for me, for us, so thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm doing it live, boo.
So, thanks, Robin, for doing all of the advertisement on this project.
You are so welcome!
I guess I need to get a little bit better at that, but why when you have
I'm
this
teaching you
besides
the
me?
ways.
So we're just gonna like kind of play the album, but live. You ready, David? Will become of this turning melody that owns me. I got days, troubles drift so far away and so lonely. I wonder when I'll stop rustling through the wind and stand surely on my boat. Questions, she's got friends that employee stern and 40. Look through the lens, it's not pretend, but you can see it all right out onto the end. Listen, I got dreams behind the scenes. Nothing's for certain but curtains and ghosts like beams. Out on the street, I got something in my feet and steam my credo like a hero. Take the winds, take the range, take my sins and hold them high over my head. I'm still okay with how I've made my bed. Nothing's for certain, curtains and ghosts like beams. I wonder what will become of this turning melody. Thank you. Let me take a sip here because this is important. After every song, this is important. Oh, what a lovely ledge here. Ladies and gentlemen, David Lamoureux on the keys. If you don't know who he is, he probably won't tell you because that's the kind of guy he is. So I'm going to. One, he produced this album.
Yeah!
Two, it took me a very long time to understand how amazing he was because, like I said, he's not the kind of guy that's going to tell you. Three, he moved to New York not too long ago, what, a couple years ago now?
A couple of years ago, right in time for the pandemic.
Right in time for the pandemic. As far as I know, he single-handedly has kept the LA music theater scene alive for the last, I don't know how many decades, until he said, fuck it. So he's here now. And once he emailed me, texted me and said, bro, I'm moving to New York. I was like, do you want to do a fucking album? He's like, yeah, that's good. That's the reason why we're here, because for me, he was like that last piece. Thanks for that, baby. And I think a couple of you know who this might be over here. This is Robin Hood. Tony nominated, actually. Robin Hood. So close to what you want the most. Gosh darn, you work so hard. And then one day, it just don't go your way. You're beaten, defeated. Down and out, people watching at the cafe. You get to know yourself better than you like to admit. You're caught wrestling with your thoughts. You can't go nowhere. Here you're lost. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. Let it get you down. You try to keep your spirits high, but you're down, down most of the time. You're not ready yet. It's getting hard to get out of bed. Put this behind you. Just a little time will deliver the truth. Don't let it get you down. Get you down. Get you down. Don't let it get you down. Get you down. Don't let it 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 get you down. No, 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 no. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. No, 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 no. Hey there.
Darling.
The bathroom's back there. Like so many times.
Darling, you should tell a little tale about that song. It's very interesting.
I'll tell a tale. I'll take questions and tell a tale.
No worries.
So, as I'm sure pretty much all of you know, I'm Canadian. I'm original from the Canada, the great north. True north, strong and free. Obviously I moved here quite some time ago to start a career on Broadway. And after quite some time I realized I should get a green card because this whole like getting a visa for every show thing is getting really old and more complicated. So I started that process. Robin and I were together, but not married, and so I went to a lawyer and did all the thing, and extraordinary ability is what you're supposed to prove. And I'm like, look at my jumps. Don't you think that's extraordinary? No, that doesn't. I don't know what that is. So you have to prove all these other things. But anyway, long story short, after a few years, they finally granted me my green card, but I had to go to, there's like 2 places in North America as a Canadian that you go to for them to actually sign off. Like you go there, they're like, okay, you're Clyde Alves, great, let's sign you. Yes, you're approved. Let's give you your actual green card. So it happened to fall on our first anniversary.
It was on February 1st, our very first
wedding anniversary. So we had just gotten married. I've been going through this process for like 5 years. So we're newly married.
We went to Montreal. I had everything planned out for like the whole 3 days that we were there. We had spas.
We got like this fancy hotel.
We had everything. I had everything planned.
Fancy hotel. Getting my green card, going to America.
It's very exciting.
Although I have been here already for what, 10, 12 years?
Yeah.
So it's been a while since I've been back home, but I'm all excited. It's a very cold morning in Quebec.
It was negative 17 degrees.
It's like kind of like a glorified DMV. You go and you sit down, you take your number, and you sit down like everybody else, and you wait. But I'm very excited and proud, and I get there at like 7 a.m. when they tell you to get there, and I'm watching the clock and all the it's great to be in America videos on TV on like a 12-inch screen. Wonderful production.
Okay, baby.
Long story short, I was there like 8 a.m. and it's now like 5:30 p.m. And I'm like still excited. I'll wait. I get there, I'm literally the last person to be called. And I walk up to this officer and she's not happy. And she's not gonna do it, but I'm just gonna smile. She starts getting upset at me like right away, starts asking all these questions. Why did you apply for extraordinary ability when you're already married? Don't you realize you're taking somebody else's visa away because there's a limited number of these kinds of visas?
Well, yeah, it's because you just got married to an American. They're like, why did she file for a spousal visa? But he had already been pre-approved before we even got married, or I think we were engaged. But like,
sweetheart, this is my story.
You're leaving things out.
So she basically denied me. She said, I want to keep her, I need you to give me a letter from your wife, explain why she did not, ask you she did not sponsor you as opposed to you going extraordinary ability. And here I'm thinking like, I'm double, like I'm married and I went through this extraordinary ability thing. And long story short, what was supposed to be a few days turned into a week, turned into 2 weeks, turned into 3 weeks, turned into 4 weeks, and 5 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. I had to go home and just like live with my dad, which was very strange. Not because my dad's strange, but because I had to live with my parents for a long time. And of course, patience is not her virtue.
I was having a mental breakdown, and I said at the 6-week mark, I was like, you need to tell them that I'm clinically ill and I'm in the hospital and you need to come home now. And guess what happened?
So I did. I said, fuck it, I don't care. You got my green card, you got my what's it called, passport? I said, I don't care if you give me a green card or not. I'm going there right now and I'm getting my passport and I'm going to America. And they said, okay. And then like half an hour later, I got a call. Oh, well, your green card has gone through, so come and pick it up.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, when did you write this song?
Right. So I wrote this song during that period when I was just at home, like lost in space. Don't let it get you down. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not so interested in beginnings and middles and ends anymore. Just talking is good enough. miles from where I belong. One more false start on a therapeutic song. There's a lack of air in my room tonight. That's not conducive to feeling alive. I like the fit of chopping with sticks. I'm in the mood for a greasy spoon. There's a hunger here that nothing can fix. Am I ungrateful, a little homesick? Foreigners cry. I'm lost in a land I've been meaning to try. Fighting the urge to fight. I'm cracking the code to these faraway nights. Am I not here, restless as hell? I lie awake in a sleepy tale that won't tell. Halfway around the world tonight. Halfway around the world to the morning light. Foreigners cry. I'm lost in a land I've been meaning to try. Fighting the urge to fight. I'm cracking the code to these faraway nights. Foreigners I'm cracking the code to these faraway. I'm cracking the code to these faraway. I'm cracking the code to these faraway nights. Any questions?
I have a question. May I
Yeah.
have another beer?
Oh, yeah.
It's, I don't know. you know.
I mean, if we're allowed to ask those types of
Yes, that and a tequila soda.
Let's do another round for the band on me, okay?
I mean, since there's a microphone. Oh, wow. Shit, that was fast.
My sister, ladies and gentlemen, take that out. She's the real singer of the family, actually. You should hear that one sing.
She's like, no.
God damn it. She can sing. Anyway, is it poured on?
That's great. We all. Yep.
Tequila soda's
It's
being
poured on.
right now.
Tequila soda's being poured. How are we all doing out there, by the way? Everyone seems very pleasant. I'm getting pleasant looks, nods.
Darling.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Do you want to do a shorter? Oh, word! Wow, the service here. The service here. Just a short clip about Foreigners Cry. When did you write that?
Foreigners Cry.
I remember
Yes,
that.
this is supposed to be a storyteller, isn't it? I'll talk, but then what happens is I start talking, and then she says, too long.
No, but
That's the problem. Talk.
I'm
Too long.
here to guide.
It's not the problem, it's the appeal. You guys don't understand this act yet.
The thing is, it's like they're really good stories, but this is the thing with us. It's like
She says,
fuck,
say something.
George.
Okay, that's
But your
enough.
stories, it's like you just keep adding all these extra things. I'm like, nobody fucking cares about that. Just like get to the
Listen,
point.
listen.
I've been with them for 17 years. I'm like, woo, come on, let's go. Like let's keep it rolling forward momentum.
There's nothing else but just talking about things, right?
Just talk about something.
Who cares? Let's just talk. Come
No,
on.
but
You're here.
Actually, we're on a time limit, and other people, like we have a
We're not
babysitter,
on
and
time
other
limit.
people have
Nobody cares.
babysitters.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, no.
Okay, babysitter. Sorry. All right, that's talk faster. All right.
Just let
This next song is called Foreigners Cry. How many of you have ever cried? And how many of you have ever known a foreigner?
Thank you, David. That's Foreigners Cry.
Continue.
We were on tour in Chorus Line, and we went to Japan.
This was in 2009.
Long time ago, and we were all excited to go to see what Japan was like, and it was pretty incredible. This man here, who just recently produced the Olympics on NBC, by the way, knows what I'm talking about because he was just there for 3 months.
3 months.
Incredible. So it's exciting. You're experiencing a new thing, but you know when you're in a place like Japan, it's very different from where we are here.
Real different.
So you're excited about learning new things and experiencing new culture, but it's also really just a shock. We were in Tokyo for 3 weeks, and it was pimp. We were at the Intercontinental Hotel. They put us up. We didn't have to pay for anything. It was like we partied every night. It's like it didn't happen. It was that crazy. And then we went to a much smaller, more provincial town. I don't know, 2 hours west,
It
north.
was
I
so
don't know
bad.
what direction it was.
We can't even remember the name of it.
Can't even remember the name of it. And then we went from like this really pimp lifestyle into this tiny room, Robin and myself, because we were both on tour together.
That was a dingy pink and 2 twin
Really
size
dingy.
beds.
And it was like, whoa, all the fun just stopped. And we don't know how to speak the language. We can't get any food that we are comfortable with. So that's where that song is born from, like just that feeling of being in the hotel and having no idea what the fuck was going on in your life, but that you're experiencing this really extraordinary thing, which was extraordinary, but also not 100% welcome.
We were ready to go back to America.
Yeah.
But
So
also,
that's- yeah.
I have to add. I remember it was a Saturday night. This is so bad because most of us are singers here. That was the night Becky Riker, who's actually looking after our son tonight, she was like, "Oh my God, let's just like go to a karaoke bar and get nodes." Like, we were literally so ready to get out of this fucking place that we did, and we have all the footage of it, and it's disgusting. But I remember right before we went out that night. You're in the right place, just so you know. Yeah. Drink. This is my husband, Clyde Alves. He just produced an album. Enjoy it, download it, tell all your friends, and share. But he sat me down before we were going out to go get notes, and he's like, "What do you think about this song?" And I was like, "This song's really special. I think it's gonna be one of those like ones that you're gonna play for a very, very long time." So,
I have no recollection of that, but that's cool.
Sitting on that twin bed, being like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here and just get notes."
I know when I wrote the song, but I don't remember that conversation.
I'm glad my words mean a lot. Let's get sexy in here. This song's about me.
It's all my strength and self-control I can possibly show to you on the phone, but I need your hand and wishes of love, 'cause I'm on the edge of giving up. Give me courage, hold on. Please believe I'm not that strong. Show me you've got what it takes. Bathrooms are back there. I don't need this will to break. It's all my songs to keep me safe from falling down, fading away. These little lights cannot defend this kind of pain. Don't make a good friend. Give me courage, boy. Not that strong. Show me you got what it takes. I don't need this will to break. Don't need this will to I'm watching, when I do these things, I watch people more than I'm being watched for some reason. It's weird. I should be focusing on what I'm doing. Just kidding, I'm focusing. What's next?
Hudson song.
Oh, Hudson song.
Yeah!
It's a song about a little boy named Hudson. Come on, boy, let's start the day. Raise your arms and stretch your legs. Warming slowly like the sun. Lifting over the horizon. There's so much for us to play. We'll never run out of games. I lift you up and hold you high, like a baby lion in the sky. You'll go so strong. We're heading up a mountain by each other, one foot in front of the other. Weather, we'll slide the mud together till you find your mind. You know you got all my time, boy. La, 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 la. In this world, some people are broke. Son, only love can fix the lowest folk. Sometimes you'll feel like a monkey in a jungle, swinging free, a tree fueled by your curiosity. But son, don't ever be afraid to take a fall. You gotta leap to learn, you gotta live to know. A little faith, a little song, and a whole lot of love to lead from. You'll grow so strong. We're heading up a mountain by each other, one foot in front of the other. In the weather, we'll slide through the mud together till you find your mind. You know you had all my time, boy. You'll grow so strong. We're heading up a mountain by each other, one foot in front of the other. Weather, we'll slide through the mud together till you find your mind. You know you got all my time, boy. 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 So that song took me maybe a year and a half to write. When I found out that we were pregnant, as a songwriter, I was like, oh, I'm going to write a lot of songs now. I got something to write about. It was the opposite. I had too much stuff on my mind. It was a little overwhelming. I was trying to think of so many things in so many different directions that I literally dried up the song as far as songwriting. So, but I guess the song ended up being written at the right time because I needed a little time to experience what it is, I guess, that I was trying to write about. And so that is Nice. Well done.
Very full drink.
Hudson's song, I ended up writing when he was like, what, a year and a half when I was finished it, maybe? He was a year and a half old, and it became his bedtime song. He was like, oh, this is cool, you know, sing Hudson's song. And he still asks for Hudson's song. And I was like, it's gonna be weird because like you're gonna go to school and you're gonna be like, you know Hudson's song? And they're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Hold on. Has he? I had to pick him up from school today. It was the first time I actually got to pick him up from school today because I didn't have to work. Has he told you that he has told everyone in his class that all of his classes listen to it?
Oh, really?
Oh no, he announced to his entire class, if you say, Alexa, play Hudson's Song by Clyde Alves, it will play, and I'm on it. And they all did. His new girlfriend of the week, Kylie, listened to it. And then he said, I was going over my harmonies, and when we were listening to the CD, down to the city today, when this song was on, he was looking out the window and he was like, and I was like, what are you thinking about? And he goes, I was thinking about me singing the lead of the song and all my classmates singing the la la la.
That's pretty incredible. I have no idea where he gets that modesty from. Thank you so much for coming out. This is the last one. And, as you know, this has been like a long time in the coming. For me, personally, it's, I've had a little bit of an identity crisis because, I came to New York 21 years ago, whatever, and, the whole Broadway thing happened, and which I still absolutely love and is a huge part of who I am and who I want to be. But this whole music thing for me has been weird because it's like I love doing it. I started writing. Nobody has fostered this really, other than my mom. They said, wait, my mom fostered this love of music in me. And my father listened to a whole lot of different kinds of music, which also really helped. But the music thing is like, why am I spending so much time doing this when I don't make any money doing this? I'm a theater performer. That's who I am. And anytime I would talk about my songs, people were like, oh, that's nice, which was fine because it wasn't for anyone else, it was for me. But that was my struggle. It's like, this is just my thing. And it took many, many years to realize that this little voice in my head just kept getting louder and louder and louder and louder and wouldn't go away until I was like, this is something, it's not going away, it's part of who I am. And it still isn't where I make my money, although people be buying CDs. Check out my new website, jazzmusic.com. And, but it's taken me a long time to really just welcome for the last song. SendCon. And it's just taken a long time for me to just own, basically. Who is that?
Someone have a food order?
Food?
Uber Eats delivery.
Uber Eats. Anybody? That's it. That looks like a very safe home. Uber Eats. Uber Eats. Anybody?
Did you see what he did with Uber Eats?
Uber Eats managed to get another commercial on his freaking thing.
He did.
Uber Eats. Thank you, Marissa. Where was I going with this? It's taken me a long time to own this, that this is a big part of who I am. And I cannot thank David Lamoureux enough for putting this whole thing together. I was a guy just in my room creating my songs and showing my wife, hey, what do you think of this? I love it. What do you think? And she's always been amazingly supportive, as you guys know. But he's been that connective tissue that has helped me bring this stuff to the world. And it's finally here after so many years. And now that I've done it once, I want to do it a million more times. And I'm so happy. day. Thought our love belonged to land on simpler feeling. This blessing of our lives we trade for nothing. Comes the love that bends the meaning of you and me. Let's get back to us, rediscover that knowing in our eyes, the old adventure. Let's get back to us, see the sunrise. We owe it to ourselves to get there one more time. Can see the love that we meet, but don't acknowledge there's just no time. We're two ships in the night, quietly drifting. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving the long walks, the meaningful talks I trade with you, but baby, it's only through the fog of a man and a mom on the mend. So let's get back to us, rediscover that knowing in our eyes, the old adventure. Let's get back to us, see the sunrise. We owe it to ourselves to get there one more time. Get there one more time. Get there one more time. Get there one more
I'm gonna go away now and save this. Hi everyone. Bye. 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 Bye.